In this video, I'm going to explain how 90 days of semen retention can serve as a modern day initiation into manhood and outline 4 keys to help you avoid relapsing. Now, I, probably like many of you watching this, was introduced to the filth that is pornography at a very young age, around 11 years old in fact. And for 15 years, it had a hold of me. It was easy to justify. I wasn't drinking, I wasn't doing drugs. And so it was easy to do this habit behind closed doors without the fear of judgment or being found out. It's not like alcohol where someone can smell it on your breath. Like, oh, I see someone's been watching something they shouldn't have been. It was free, it was easy to access, and I wasn't hurting anybody. So what's the problem? It just seemed like a simple, harmless way to relax at the end of the day and try to get a good night's sleep. But in reality, I was caught up in this perverse world, and it would carry over even to my relationships. Women I was talking to, women I was dating, like we would exchange photos and videos of ourselves. Like, I had no business doing that. And you, my friend, don't either. So let's talk about how to avoid relapsing on this 90-day journey and how to kick this habit for good. Number 1, write down what the habit is doing for you and how you can replace it. For many of us, this habit started a few years ago, maybe even a few decades ago. And at that time, maybe you were going through some family troubles, or you had stress at school or work or what have you. And this was your coping strategy. This was my coping strategy, my coping mechanism at 11, 12 years old. But here's the thing, I'm not 12 years old anymore, and probably neither are you. So we need to do an update and improve our coping mechanisms, improve the strategies we use to deal with the stress that comes from life. Every bad habit, drinking, smoking, overeating, etc., is helping us in some way. So we need to write down exactly how it's helping us so that we can effectively replace it. It's helping us mentally and physiologically in the short run, but hurting us in the long run. Are you feeling alone, isolated? You need some connection? Are you stressed out? You're using it as a means of stress relief? Write those things down on a sheet of paper, and then next to it, write better habits that provide the same solution. For me, daily meditation and daily exercise were the keys. In particular, I would go on, and I still do this, go on long walks, 30 plus minutes, no devices, no music, just being present, leaning into the present moment and being okay with being bored. It's okay. It's good for us. Next, perform the reasons for doing well exercise. This comes from the late great Jim Rohn, and simply put, if you have enough reasons, if you have a strong enough why, you can overcome any how. How being the obstacles, the roadblocks that you'll encounter in order to get to where you want to get to. So once again, pull out a sheet of paper and write down a list of reasons, as many as you can come up with, at least 20. For why you want to break this habit. Find what makes you tick. For me, it helps to think of things outside of just myself. And that is probably true for most of us. There's a limit to what we can do for ourselves, but when we add others into the equation, we're willing to go to great lengths. And so think about the impact to your friends and your family, and even broader than that, your community and the nation as a whole. The nation is simply a collection of states, the states a collection of communities, the communities a collection of families, and families a collection of individuals. And so if you think from that perspective, everything that you do matters. And so use that as a driving force to create change and force yourself to step up to the plate. So this is another thing that helped me tremendously, is writing down my list of reasons and keep that list handy to refer to it day in and day out. Number 3, say no out loud when you have an urge. To make a lasting change, we must change our identity. The reason why this habit had a hold of me for 15 years was because I didn't recognize who I am in the present moment. And I kept putting it off and just delaying it and saying, oh, well, I'll start on Monday, or I'll start next week, or oh, my 25th birthday is coming up. Yeah, when I turn 25, then I'm going to get my act together. And the cycle would just continue. It's like that classic riddle, what is on its way but never arrives? Tomorrow. And so don't continue to put things off until tomorrow. Make the change now. Make the change today. Don't put it off. We keep saying, well, I'm going to be this person. I'm going to do this. Or I'm going to do it. I'm soon. I'm on the come up. soon enough, I'm getting ready, I'm getting prepared. No, now. And so what helped me is to think about the man I want to become 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and try my best to embody that today. And so by saying out loud, no, that's not who I am, we're denying that habit at the level of our identity. And this seems very simple, but it just hit me one day. I would often battle in my mind quietly, going back and forth trying to justify this habit and saying, oh, I want to do it. No, I shouldn't do it. Or yeah, but I want to do it. It's been a hard day. It's been a long day. No, I shouldn't do it. This needs to stop. And I would just go back and forth. So why battle quietly in my head? State the true intention out loud, make it real. And that is what worked well for me. Last key to success that I will share is start living a full life. We can't expect to succeed just by saying we're gonna stop this habit and then twiddling our thumbs at home, living a boring, empty, unfulfilling life. So fill your calendar, set some goals, start exercising, start reading, start journaling, start meditating, go out, volunteer, get involved in a community, hang out with friends, just get out of the house. Now, I said at the beginning of this video, this can serve as a modern day initiation process. What do I mean? Well, I don't know if you have seen this, but I certainly haven't. I don't see any men walking around 18 years old going out to hunt a lion and come back with the head like, yeah, I'm a man now. There really isn't any of that. And so it's easy for things to feel fuzzy. Like, am I still a boy? Am I a young man? Am I a man? It's easy to get confused and not really know where you stand. And so this is not going to make you a man. However, in this 90-day period, we can use this 90-day period as a time for true transformation in which we actually step up to the plate and start living up to our full potential. So again, this alone is not going to make you a man. You want to say like, I didn't touch myself for 3 months, I'm a man. No, that's not the case. So alongside this needs to come some other things. And generally, the overarching theme is that we need to have a level of seriousness with which we approach life. And so that comes with setting goals, having a plan for each day as you wake up, exercising, cutting the junk food, and most importantly, not majoring in minor things. And this is why fitness is so important. It gets the wheels turning. Your mind can't thrive when your body is still and stagnant all the time. When you're lazy, you're inactive, you're just a couch potato, you likely have, as a result, low testosterone and low energy and low passion. You have no fire in the belly. So if you're inactive right now, get up and get the wheels turning. Set a goal, work towards it, achieve it. Set a new goal, work towards it, achieve it. And as you make progress, you're taking action, motivation will come. Don't wait for motivation, like waiting for the weather to be perfect or waiting for lightning to strike. You take action. And so hear me when I say this. Every single day of your natural born life, you should get up and have a furnace in here. Have a furnace within you. And with that in mind, I would encourage every man watching this to commit to this practice for the next 90 days. Decide now to make a change. Not next week, not next month, now. And what does decide mean? Latin root de caedere, cut off. When you decide, there is no other option. There is no other path. You commit to the path, you decide, and everything else no longer exists. You're going that way. And that is all. So share your thoughts below. And if you need some accountability, drop your streak below. I'll be keeping up with the comments. So feel free to update as you reach new thresholds every 5 days, every 10 days. And once you reach 90 days, here's what I want you to do. Stop counting. This isn't to say that you won't have urges going forward. But again, decide. Decide in your mind that this habit of the past is done. It's dead. That's not who you are anymore. You're no longer sex crazed and obsessed. That's not who you are anymore. So tell that to yourself and mean it. Best of luck, gentlemen, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care.